The leadership and athletic skills that this Dryden High School graduate and valedictorian learned in his hometown led him to become one of the most well-respected and successful track and field coaches in Canada. A participant in a wide variety of sports, he honed his organizational skills as president of the Athletic Association and his high school's representative at the Ontario Athletic Leadership Camp. Thinking of pursuing a career in forestry, his mentor, teacher Harry McMaster, convinced him to follow a different path, and the world of athletics is glad he did. Going on to graduate from the University of Toronto, he spent a decade teaching and coaching in Toronto at Northern Secondary and Monarch Park High Schools before returning to his alma mater in 1971, becoming the University of Toronto's first ever full-time track and field coach. From that point on, he set upon a building career that would see his efforts be felt from the university to the world level. At the U of T for close to 25 years, his legacy with the Varsity Blues included 65 Ontario and 10 Canadian university titles in track and field and cross-country events. Many of his students went on to enjoy great success, with his impact being particularly felt throughout the world of the decathlon. His athletes' accomplishments in that sport were truly record-setting.
Dave Steen can celebrate. He has won the bronze medal, 8,328 points behind Christian Schenk of the GDR.
Dave Steen is the first Canadian decathlete ever to win an Olympic medal.
Thank you very much.
Another of Andy's protégés was a fellow Northwestern Ontarian whose talents he had spotted early on.
It all began when Michael left Kenora at 17. Andy allayed any concern his parents had about their son moving to the big city by letting Michael live with him for a year.
I'm very fortunate having Andy as my coach. Everything that he did tell me at my home when I was 17 years old has come true. So I think my trust was put in good hands.
The leading decathlon coach in Canada for many years, he took a number of teams all around the world, serving as team coach for 4 Olympic and 4 Commonwealth Games and at World University and World Championships. The respect he gained throughout the decathlon world was not just for the medals his athletes attained, but also for the way in which he taught them to conduct themselves in their careers.
I was going to win and Mike was going to be second, and I had a chance to talk to Mike, and I said, you know, after this is over, we're going to run this victory lap together, and he said, hey, I'll be honored, you know.
And I said, it's a good day for world records, isn't it? And he just nodded his head, and I asked him what he needed to run to break the world record.
And I said, oh, 4:32. And he said, well, I'm going 4:30, 4:29, and, you know, just stick with me and you can do it. You know, it showed me what kind of guy Mike Smith was and what kind of guy Andy Higgins is as well.
Instrumental in establishing the first ever Canadian Track and Field High Performance Center at the U of T, his innovative style also saw him pilot the concept of a shared coaching position, a practice used widely today in the university system. A strong believer in the importance of organized coaching, he was a founding member and former president of what is now known as the Canadian Professional Coaches Association. During the 1970s, he wrote and delivered one of the first formal coaching certification programs in Canada. Most recently, his desire to provide tools to support the development of young people and get across his message that good can become better and that best is possible, he authored the book Best Coaches, Best Practices. Winning numerous awards over the years, he was named the Ontario Male Coach of the Year in both 1989 and 1990, and in 2001, he earned entry into the Canadian Olympic Hall of Fame. This builder continues to have an impact on the lives of athletes as the director of the National Coaching Institute Ontario, marking a career of athletic leadership that began over half a century ago in Northwestern Ontario.